Hi, I'm Pepper for Studioe Fabrics, and I'm going on to show you how to make a really special apple core quilt. And we've taken a pre-cut, but this time, before we cut the apple core shape, we're going to do this. We're simply going to cut it in half. Now, because it's 10 inches, I know if I go across 5 inches on the board, I will divide this in half evenly. Oh my God, what are we going to do with that? We're actually going to insert a little strip here, and then we will sew it and recut it to make a signature apple core, or you could call it a signature spool too. By signature, I mean a light colored fabric will be here and you can embroider on it, or you could sign a name, but suddenly your average apple core quilt can become a real heirloom when people sign it. What I'm going to do right now is cut a thin strip that's going to sew down to only 1 inch wide, and it's going to go in between these two pieces of the blue brushstroke that I have already cut. So I have a choice. I can do a very bright white as my signature strip, or I could do a slightly darker beige, and that's called oyster in the peppered cotton line. I think I'm going to go for the tan. This just seems kind of harsh, and if the seams cross and anything shows on the bright white, I don't think I'd like it. So I'm going to cut a strip from this, and this is 10 inches wide, and this is just barely beyond it, so that's super. I'm not going to waste much fabric. I'll just cut a strip 1.5 inches wide, and we'll sew it between these two rectangles. So 1.5. What we're doing in essence is reassembling the brush strokes square. Then we will take the apple core template and carefully line it up. You see how important those lines are now, and cut that out. And what we'll have is this great apple core shape, but with a nice stripe through it that you can sign your name or do embroidery. So here's what happens. There's the two sides of the pre-cut, and there's that strip in the middle, and here's the template and how it fit on there. And this is what I did 4 times to do this wall hanging, with orange, gray, purple, and gold. They were all in the brushstrokes line. And there's that center strip. Now beyond that, you could have people sign their names if you were at a wedding, and you could put one of these on the table for everybody to sign. All kinds of things. I decided to make this a little wall hanging for my studio, and I put onto it with embroidery just words and phrases that are really important to me. So you look, and you have patience, and you listen, and you practice. Now around the edge are phrases. Progress, not perfection. That's a good one for me to remember. 1 stitch at a time, because that's the way quilting happens. All change is for the good. So when you make a mistake in your quilting, it's just an opportunity for creativity. And finally, keep calm and quilt, which is a total ripoff of the British saying. So these are like affirmations, I guess, things I need to remember. And I appliqued them onto a piece of the brush strokes in the very lightest color, and then furthermore onto a piece of a peppered cotton. This color is brown, and it's woven with dark brown and gray, and it's called Pepper. So this is my little wall hanging. It's not going to get any bigger than this. I will quilt around the edges and bind it.